Hello and good morning. Welcome to our newest Palantir analysis. My name is Benjamin Mendenmine, but as always, you guys can call me Ben. Today we are going to look at Palantir, which is a rather interesting stock, especially in the war in Ukraine, and it just posted its first ever profitable quarter a few weeks ago. And I think it's a very interesting time, and I would like to show you some of our charts today. Everyone who has read the news in the last months frequently may have noticed that Palantir is massively profiting from its relations with Ukraine. I found a very good article on Reuters about this, and as you know, Alex Karp is the CEO of Palantir, and it's really interesting to see that they have a real use case to distribute their software in the war. And especially interesting thing about this one is he stated personally, Palantir is responsible for most targeting in Ukraine. You may wonder how this benefits the company, but I think it's a really interesting scenario because they can test their software in a real combat situation, and the demand in Europe has drastically surged for its software, especially Poland, Germany, and other countries begin to adapt to the new threat from Russia, and I think it could really boost this stock, especially in the following quarters and years. But first of all, let's start with our charts. I wrote about the chart structure on our website in the last days, and for everyone who didn't follow this stock, we formed a very impressive low last December, and since then we established a very good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse, and topped here at exactly $9.18. Now the interesting case was in this stock. We came down in this A wave, and then the earnings were released, and it led to this massive boost to the upside. But when this movement happened in the last weeks, I had the reason to believe that this movement would just resemble a B wave, and for the more experienced Elliot wave traders on here may know that overshooting B waves always hit targets between the 1.236 or the 1.618 extension, and just as you may see, we perfectly hit this extension, and since then the stock crashed ever down. Now the interesting part, I believe that we are going to see a slightly lower C wave and should start the wave 3, the orange wave 3, I marked it here, in the next weeks. I think the bottom is in this stock, and I am personally invested, and I'm going to accumulate additional stocks down here so I can swing trade this wave 3, 4, 5. I am very optimistic in when it comes to the chart structure, and I took the time to count the whole chart since its IPO, and for the more experienced traders on here, Palantir formed a very interesting zigzag correction. It consists of a 5-way impulse, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. This was a rather difficult C wave because most investors forgot that this resembles a 1-2 and this 1-2. And this pushed us really hard down in the last year. But as you may know, most tech stocks didn't do very well in the last year, and Palantir couldn't stand out of this either. But just like I said, I think that we reached the bottom down here, and from now on we are going to establish a macro 1-2 in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement, and approximately I think it will be in around summer months, then we will start a correction in a macro wave 2. So to give you a more long-term outlook, I personally estimate that this company has a really good chance at reaching its last all-time high and gaining from this war in Ukraine and distributing their software in Europe. But the important thing is here that we should reach beyond the last wave B. This is in most stocks. This is a very important level. Should Palantir manage to breach above this B wave high, then the chances are very good that we will establish a wave 3. And as you may see, the wave 3 target lies at nearly $80. But I just have to say, this company and the stock price have a lot of work to do until we can dream of such price levels. And if Palantir doesn't manage to break this level in the next months and years, the chances are pretty low that we are going to see this movement. But as I said, I am personally invested in this company, and I really believe that they can massively gain from this conflict in the upcoming years. And if we break above this level, the chances are pretty good that we are going to reach this wave 3 target. So just keep in mind that we will. It's possible that we are going to see a lower C, or in a more better case, we could see an uptrend forming from right here, and this means that we wouldn't see a lower C wave. But to give you guys a profitable price target of here, I estimate that we are going to reach $12.80, and even in a better case, $14. And as you can see, it is a pretty good opportunity, and I'm going to accumulate more stocks down here. And if you guys would like to be to receive regular update about this stock, feel free to subscribe on our website, where we post about this every weekend. So if you have questions about this price movements, just feel free to leave them in the comments, and see you next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.